It's like one of those situations in the games that you play and you reach the final boss, or the game fools you to think that you are facing the final boss, but in fact the true final boss is completely different. Usually someone or something that you really didn't expect to see, and that's exactly how I see the situation. Everybody's saying that either Elden Ring or God of War Ragnarok are worthy of the title Game of the Year. But are they? You are probably thinking about it while looking at the title and wondering if I'm probably devoid of all sanity, but let me explain it all in somewhat sensible way. Is Stray really the Game of the Year? In the times where every single gaming developer wants to shove the idea that all games should be open world down my poor little innocent throat, Stray is a bit of fresh air. It's a nice little bowl of ramen that evokes all of your taste buds tenderly, reminding you that it can be both tasty and fun to eat. On the other hand, these open world games are like big fat pigs being rotated and roasted to death and garnished with potatoes, salad and whatnot. You know what you're getting, but in abnormal quantities, until you become ultra fat slob, until you become that poor fat little roasted piggy. Look, I'm not saying open world games are bad, but there are just too many of them and they all start to sound the same, look the same, feel the same, play the same, bore me to instant death the same. I don't know. I hate oversaturation of certain genres just because jumping on the trends is cool and urbane, or playing it safe. I don't mind the developers trying to sniff as many green dead presidents as they can because they need to feed their hungry children, but when something's enough, it's usually enough. Curb your open world enthusiasm a little bit, please. Okay, let's stop the rant and try to answer what sort of taste buds of ours this supposed Game of the Year activates. For starters, you're a cat. That's it. Just a poor little stray cat. Not a single human trait is given to our cat, which is cool and actually realistic. You can scratch the doors, trees or carpets with claws, slip on certain spaces, meow anywhere you like, or nuzzle up NPC legs to see their affirmative reactions. Cat lovers can definitely relate to that. I'm personally more of a dog person, but I can detect a decent amount of good feels throughout the game. I mean, just look at this cat. Just look at it. GOTY. GOTY. I know there are games with animal characters, but most of them have human traits, and they are portrayed in a cartoonish manner which is cool when you are, I don't know, 11? But the world keeps turning and we need something fresh. Our stray cat is fresh. Fresh Prince of Neon Slums, and that's GOTY. By the balls. Story is not really complicated, and that's GOTY. Why? Well, in this day and age where every single thing is complicated to such an extent that even breathing is exhausting, you need something to relax yourself. Something to relax your overly wired up fried brain cells. How about a game? How about a cat game with a simple plot? Kingdom Hearts? Go away. MGS? Go away. Every single pretentious game with a super hard narrative that wants to give you mental fractures? Go the f*** away. After a long and hard-working day, I just wanna come home, sit down, grab a controller and simply play the game. Just wanna play it while my brain rests inside the aquarium. And that's it. And Stray provides just that. You and your other 3 fellow stray cats do absolutely nothing the entire day. After all, it's pouring rain. The rain is gone and you all decided to take a stroll. All is well until one of the cats accidentally falls down to what appears to be an abandoned underground city. That cat is you, and the city, or slums if you will, are not strictly abandoned per se. CRT-headed droids with human traits are there living their so-called mundane lives. It's like they're unconsciously waiting for someone to be like an anomaly to their programming, a glitch to the code, an animal messiah, a shock to the system, a wind of change, a tear to a Berlin Wall. Yep, I got carried away. Anyways, to understand each other, we need a mediator. For that we have a flying drone B-12 that suffers from amnesia. We shall help it recover the lost memories while it helps us communicate with droids, store items, read the unfamiliar font and writings, hack whatever needs to be hacked and so on. A welcome symbiosis that harkens back to the old glory days of the 3D platformer dominance. You know, Jack has his Daxter, Ratchet has Clank and Stray has B-12. You and your friend want to go back to the surface. To do that, you need to engage in adventure. That's it. No complications. Of course, there is more elements to the story to be told, but I'm not going to go into the details now. Simplicity in narrative is GOTY. To summarize it all shortly, it will sound like this. Metallic slobberdigullions and any characters might infest the slums, but who's to blame? Isolation is one hell of a circumstance. Adapt or die is the way. Survival of the fittest. And then comes the error in the machine. A small cat that is guided by a new best friend trusts a glimmer of hope to an incredulous kind to reach something seemingly unreachable, the outside. GOTY. What more do you want? Big plot twists? Go away. If you want something challenging, go away. If you want a true 3D platformer, go away. If you want the Elden Ring, go away, nuisance. If you want a kitten simulator, go away. I mean, if you want a good experience, come closer now. I see this as a big plus because people of all ages can play Stray immediately. Everything that you can interact with, be it jumping on platforms, pipes or whatever, you will get a button shown on the screen. Simple enough. So forgiving. My extra lousy skills welcome this very much. Here and there, when you exit the comfort zone of the ones swallowed in the profound torpidity, you will encounter some enemies. For example, these little extra fast groups of turrets called Zergs. They're fast and jumpy, killing bacterias, but not fast enough since our cat is faster. If you happen to get him on your back, just shake him off. Easy. You can't kill them unless you get equipped with the Fluxer for a brief period of the game. Then you shoot UV light and they grow until they splatter all over the place. But beware, your B12 has limited electricity, so the Fluxer can overheat if you shoot too much. Sentients are floating security cameras equipped with a gun with projected field of vision. Step on it and they become sinister killing machines. If they shoot you, it's game over, so if they spot you, run like a little agile cat you are and escape them. See what I mean? So simple and to the point. What else can you possibly want? RPG progression system? Go away again. Really, just go and stop wasting my time. You still here? Alright then. It's like walking in a quite miniature cyberpunk setting. Every populated level is a miniature hub with CRT-headed droids doing whatever they do. It's up to you to interact with them via your trusty companion. Most, if not all of them, have small tasks for you to do in order to gain something. For example, finding all the musical notes scattered around the slums will help out a musical droid named Morsk play them for you. You can even lay down beside him and listen to it. So soothing. He plays some really catchy tunes, by the way. If you manage to find all of the notes, you get a badge. So if you stray from the path and do some additional tasks, you might find more badges. Like I said earlier, your B12 has amnesia. He doesn't remember anything. So if you come across a certain graphic, event or piece or whatever, he'll comment on it and restore a bit of memory. Some of the memories are optional and some are mandatory to advance the plot. So I encourage you to jump on roofs, knock over bottles, knock down the books, jump on every shelf or pipe, ventilation, etc, etc to find something. You know, just cat things. Just walk in front of the legs of an unsuspecting walking android and watch it fall in a humorous way. So cool. So GOTY. GOTY. From a graphic point of view, everything looks very nice for a game of this caliber. Don't expect some state-of-the-art next-gen Unreal Engine 5 sorcery. Don't be a foolish person. Check the recommended PC requirements and marvel that you don't have to bust a bank to play the game. Or you can save yourself the trouble and use a console. I've played Stray on PC with max settings and game runs just like a fine smooth butter on a freshly warmed crispy toast. So tasty. And there's no bugs, at least I haven't encountered any. Everything is a blend of many saturated colors and a bleak cold irrelevance which creates an interesting atmosphere of coziness and dystopia. Pair it with a soundtrack composed by Jan van der Kruisen and the experience is complete. I'm not really an expert, but it should be a mix of many electronic genres. To be honest, I feel like some of the tunes are generated by AI. They sound kinda weird but fresh. It's like going for a nice refreshing cocktail in the futuristic bars you see in the movies of yesteryear. You enjoy drinking it while wearing rose-tinted glasses to escape the eternal grayness of grim reality. There is nothing much to add without repeating myself. Stray might look and feel like a slightly expensive indie game, but when you pop your claws out to scratch the surface, you can find a nice pretty little hidden gem. It's not even long, you can clock around 4 to 6 hours and that's it. Finished. So refreshing when you oppose straight to some of the games that have intros longer than the entire game. If you're a hardcore, you can easily beat it in one sitting if you like. Blue 12 did a great job with Stray. I mean, just check the reviews on Steam. Do you see them? See how many of them are overwhelmingly positive. And now tell me on that fact alone that you wouldn't give a proper title to the game. I've spoken. Anyways, thanks again for watching, and if you've come this far, that means that you're cool and I cannot thank you enough. As always, leave a like, comment and sub for more content. Highly appreciated. Until next time. GOTY. GOTY. Straight got it.